as you can see, I've reconstructed the actual nose of the aircraft. I've joined on the old pieces that were broken. This lines everything up as it was lined up originally, to within a degree or two. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a repair job, it's not science. This was the most damaged side. As you can see here where the repairs were as I've rebuilt it. Now, what I'm going to do now is using some strip wood. I'm going to be putting on a piece there and a piece on the other side as a bracer. That will actually be stronger than the model was originally. So that then will give that all the strength it needs. And like I say, I'm having a brand new hardwood floor right the way along the bottom. So when I've done that, I'm replacing this one. So when I've done that, I'll come back. Hi guys, welcome back. So I've reinforced the body, built it all back up, made a new floor which I'm now shaping. Once this has been shaped, I'll drill the holes, put the tubes through it, stuff like that, and come back to you again. And I'll just show you what I've done to the plane. So there you go, looking rather snazzy. Got the camera on that for you. So as you can see, there's a small strip here reinforcing, and a nice big strip here reinforcing. So this now reinforces this plane solid. On this side, exactly the same. I've found a tiny crack here, so I've reinforced that as well, but it didn't need it. But there you go, 2 plates there, and you can see now that you can just basically pick the plane up by the nose, shake it about, do what you want. It's rock solid. It's probably stronger than it was before it crashed. When the nose is all put on, it should fit round about there. The lines will fit quite nicely with the lines of the moulding. This is all going to be black. I'm going to cover this in black and jet it back into an angle, so it should look quite cool. So there you go. I'll carry on, and then when I've got to the next stage, it's put the floor on around in the front, I'll come back. Okay guys, so as you can see, this is the rebuilt sides. I've got a reinforced piece here, and I've got a reinforced block here, which is rather large. Here is a mark. This actually lines up with the wheels. So the drill lines for the wheels will be on here. This is the hardwood for that. This is loose at the moment, and what you do is you pop that in place, and then when you put the floor on top, you glue that on, and when you pull it out, it's an exact fit, which I'll show in a second. Coming around here, there was just this one piece here needed to be replaced. Nice long piece here and a tiny tag here. The rest of that is fine. Weight wise, increasing the weight on that is virtually nothing. Okay, so I was just talking about this plate here. Just alter the camera slightly. Just talking about this plate here. This is for the wheels. Now the wheels are backed by a hardwood piece, as you can see, which is shattered on this one. So to get that lined up dead right, I used the old wheels to find the exact mark. There's a little tiny bit there that remained on the remained from the last plane, and it fits here on the body. So I can line it up, and what I've done is I've put a mark where the centre screws are. And then my replacement piece of hardwood, or spruce I think it is, will fit nicely in, hold on, yeah, will fit nicely in there, like that. I'm going to leave it just a little bit proud, this edge, and the reason I'm going to do that will become evident in 1 second. So that is dead centre of that line. Okay, that's just a little bit proud of the edge. Cyanide. Don't worry too much about this because you're going to have screws going through it. Just on this block, nice bit of cyanide. Okay, take your front of your new floor panel, and then basically drop that in place where it's going to go, which is about there. Nice and flush. Just push that, a little bit of pressure, not too much, just a little bit. Just get a little bit of pressure on there. Give that a second or two. Now what's happening is the block underneath is sticking to this. When that's cured, that should lift straight off, and that will make a big difference. So it's nice and accurately where it is. I'm trying to think if I can get my finger to it. I can actually. I don't know if it's stuck yet. No, not yet. Take a bit of time. And the reason I'm doing this because I want it to fit sideways. It's not the distance, obviously I could just measure it, but I want it to fit sideways so that when this floor plate goes on, it pushes on plate, pushes in place, and that will make that correct. A little hole. A little hole there I can use to push a bit of pressure on that. Nice, good. A little bit of pressure on there. So I was talking to my mate Kevin again today, Kevin Naylor at the Fields, the guy who taught me, and we were reminiscing about the fact that he said to keep all your bits, and that has been the biggest sort of bonus really, I suppose, to crashing, is knowing what to do. Pick up everything, take a bag, a carry bag, have a carry bag in the car, all the little splinters and little bits of wood, all rebuild your model, save you a fortune. And I'll pop this out, hopefully that will come with it. Get my thumb stuck in the model, and there you go. So push that down a little bit more now, make sure it stays in place. There you go. Okay, so now when that's cured and dried, which is very quick with Sino, actually I'll just use a little bit of activator on it. Activator is great. Get yourself one of these if you want to do the jobs quicker. So now that's dried, now that whenever I go to put this on, it should just fit nicely into place. Voila. There you go. Now obviously I'm going to drill straight through this, put the countersunk screws on the back, attach the wheels. Job done. So this is the hardwood floor. This is where the wheels are going to go, aka the old one. Okay. So basically, to get that in the centre of that, what I'm going to do is measure from the centre to the edge, turn it over, centre to the edge, make a mark, and then I know to drill the 4 holes, and they'll go straight through the bottom place and put the countersunk screws on the back. Job done. Okay guys, so what I did was add spruce blocks in place of the old blocks that were there. I put new ones in, square ones. I actually attached them using Sino, as you can see here, and obviously the bottom plate would then screw onto this, but also where my thumb is there, I actually countersunk screws in from the side plate into the spruce as well. So what you actually end up with is sideways countersunk screws going from the side plate into the spruce, and you also end up with screws coming from the top plate where the wheels were, or the bottom plate I should say, where the wheels were, countering. So basically you've got 2 45-degree angle screws coming from different directions, which means that thing is never ever moving. And this also meant that the bottom plate, which had the wheels attached to it, allowed me to have it completely removable, which is brilliant. These models come with a floor that you can't take off, and you know, putting the screw bottom on it was absolutely superb because you can change things all the time. But as you can see, I'm measuring the spruce there. Spruce is very hard, it's great stuff to use, and it's very light. I think all in all, the whole adding of the ply on the spruce probably added a couple of ounces to the model, which on a model like this made no difference whatsoever. Okay guys, so as you can see, what I'm doing here is I've applied the 3 spruce blocks to the front, rubber them down, make them nice and smooth. Again, I will be adding screws through the side plates into these spruce blocks, and then I'll be using screws to attach the bottom plate to the plane so that it can be removed at any time. It's really important that you get all these kind of details flush now. Everything has to line up and be nice and straight to make the aircraft as almost as identical it was when it came out of the box. I mean, it is a repair job, so you're going to be within a couple of degrees, but it's not going to make any difference to a plane like this that a little bit of trimming won't fix. For all the weight Nazis out there, yeah, you're talking a couple of ounces, and on a plane this big, a couple of ounces is going to make no difference at all. This is a 30cc petrol engine plane, and that's fine. Obviously, lighter, smaller planes, you've got to be a bit more careful, but then the reinforcement that you need to do is nowhere near as strong. So check your angles like I am there, make sure everything lines up nice, so that when you do fit the bottom plates, everything fits smooth and good. Now you can see here the wheel plate fits lovely. See how the wheels are all lined up, the holes been drilled in the front plate there for the switches. You can see it all fits nice and snug, and then obviously this bottom plate with the wheels will be attached with screws for easy removal. Just check all your fittings, always check everything before you drill and make sure everything is solid and strong. So with the wheels fitted and the spruce bases in, just a bit of drilling to do, and then put everything back together inside, refit the engine and run it up in the garden to make sure everything running smooth. That'll be in the next video, so please like and subscribe, and like I say, leave some comments if you've got any comments, and hopefully in the next video you can see the engine running.